Today, we're tackling a topic that's been making the rounds. Jinger Duggar Vuolo, of 19 kids and counting on fame, recently addressed a very personal question about her upbringing. And guess what? The answer might surprise you. So, buckle up. We've got quite the journey ahead. Now, you might be thinking, wait, Jinger? Are we in for some Duggar family drama? It's a fair question. The Duggars became household names thanks to their massive family and unique way of life, guided by a non-denominational Christian organization known as the Institute in Basic Life Principles, IBLP. Many viewers have followed their story for years, watching as the older kids stepped into adulthood, got married, and started families of their own. But fans have also wondered if any of the siblings resent the strict upbringing and the specific beliefs they were taught. Here's where the story gets intriguing. On a recent episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast, Jinger and her husband, Jeremy Vuolo, answered questions from their followers. One question in particular went right to the heart of the matter. Are you angry at your parents for leading you to follow the IBLP? Not exactly a soft pitch, right? The potential for drama was huge. But Ginger's response was calm. She answered straight away. No anger. No bitterness. No condemnation of her parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. It was an emphatic declaration, delivered with clarity. She explained that her parents, like many, wanted guarantees for their kids, and the IBLP promised that. In Ginger's eyes, they truly believed they were doing the best thing. Does that mean she's giving the organization itself a free pass? Hardly. Jinger has spoken openly about rethinking many of those teachings. She wrote a book in 2023 called Becoming Free Indeed, My Story of Disentangling Faith from Fear, where she details the challenges of separating her personal faith from fear-based rules. She acknowledges that certain beliefs cause struggles, ones she's still working through. Even so, she doesn't place blame on her parents. For her, they were merely doing their best. That's a nuanced position, right? Especially for someone whose entire childhood was televised. So many folks raised in strict environments become resentful. They shout from the rooftops about how they were wronged. But Jinger is taking a different approach, trying to distinguish harmful elements of a system from the intentions of her parents. This sets her apart from the typical celebrity feud narrative. Now, it's hard not to wonder, is she truly at peace, or is she holding back? She says she hears this question about anger toward her parents a lot, especially after her book's release. And she keeps insisting she's grateful for all that her parents poured into her life, even though she's reevaluating certain doctrines. She's also pregnant with her third child, so maybe that's given her fresh insight. Becoming a parent can bring a wave of empathy. She even said she hopes her own kids will show her grace if, down the line, they disagree with decisions she and Jeremy are making now. It's an interesting twist in the Duggar story. Typically, tabloids might crave a bigger blowout, but Jinger seems more reflective. There's real thought behind each word, and I think that's why so many fans are intrigued. She's walking that tightrope between being honest about her upbringing's challenges and honoring the genuine love she felt at home. It's a delicate balance for sure. What do you all think? Is Jinger right to separate her parents' intentions from the system they embraced, or do you believe it's impossible to do so? Let me know in the comments below. I love reading your takes. And don't forget that subtle little thumbs up if you like what you're hearing. Every like and share helps keep this channel going. Meanwhile, the IBLP itself continues to draw scrutiny. Some families who joined, including the Duggars, were promised a foolproof blueprint for raising kids to be godly and successful. Critics argue that the organization's teachings can be fear-based and controlling, especially regarding modesty, authority, and dating. Jinger is one of the higher-profile examples of someone stepping away from that system, but still holding on to her faith. She and Jeremy have openly spoken about forging their own path in spiritual matters. So, is there tension with the rest of the Duggar family? That's not entirely clear. Some siblings remain close to those original teachings. Others, like Jinger, have distanced themselves. Family dynamics in the spotlight can be, well, complicated. Yet Ginger's emphasis is on grace and gratitude, rather than bitterness. Whether that stance holds long-term is anyone's guess. But for now, we have a glimpse into her heart. To me, there's a universal lesson here. Sometimes our parents do things we later question. Sometimes they follow beliefs that don't age well, or they rely on teachings that might have hidden pitfalls. But it doesn't always mean they acted out of malice. As Jinger said, her parents were well-meaning and wanted to raise kids to love Jesus. That resonates with a lot of people, religious or not, who look back and see that their parents mostly tried their best within certain frameworks. The difference is, Jinger had to figure it out with cameras rolling. If you're itching for more details, you might check out her book or tune into the Jinger and Jeremy podcast for the full story. They dish about plenty, from parenting philosophies to personal revelations. Just don't expect any raging feud. So far, Jinger's calm clarity is the vibe. Before I wrap up, make sure you're subscribed. We have more deep dives into celebrity families and reality show revelations on the horizon, and I don't want you to miss a single bit. Drop your comments. Do you relate to Jinger's desire to keep love and respect alive while reevaluating old teachings? I'm so curious to hear how you all navigate family beliefs versus personal convictions. All right, lovely people, thanks for tuning in and chatting with me. I'm Julie, and as always, it's a pleasure dishing on the day's top stories with you. Let's keep the conversation going below. Stay awesome, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone!